Hey guys, it's Kirsten. So these two images were submit for just newborn editing, how to extend the backdrop. I know I have a bunch of tutorials on the subject, but it's always fun to do more. So the first thing, there's 100 different ways, first of all, to do this. Let's see. Let's start with the obvious. Okay, so we're going to get the lasso tool, highlight the boo-boo, click backspace, content aware, and hit OK. Okay, so that's a quick, simple fix. There's also the filter, liquify, and liquefying the boo-boo like that. Takes a few more seconds, but whatever. Then my favorite usually is the object selection tool. So we're going to tell to select the baby. Let's see, it looks pretty good, but right click and go quick selection. Make sure it's on the plus sign. Make sure the little selector thing is really tiny. Let's just kind of go like that. A little bit. Okay. I am not going to do select and mask with the refine edge. I am not doing that because we're not going to select real close to the baby. So it doesn't really matter. So I believe if you just do Control J, that's going to put the baby on a separate layer. I can even call it baby. I'm going to go back to the background and hit Control J, just because I always like working on I don't like working on the original background, so to speak. Okay, so on the background copy, let's see, let's do paintbrush, and we're going to sample right close to the baby on this end, not the head, because the light, obviously it goes light to dark. So we're going to sample, well, let's sample right close to like here. We don't need to go this big. So hit the left bracket to make it smaller. Let's put the opacity at 100. Okay, so we're going to select, let's select right here. Let's get rid of that little vignetting. So you're going to keep sampling and painting so the light stays, or the color stays consistent with going from one direction to another. The closer to the baby, the better, so you don't get any haloing or whatnot. Okay, so this is going to be tricky. Oh yeah, see, it's all caca. And then let's just make this big, make sure we get everything. Then I'm going to put it at a lower, because I actually like the wrinkles, because it makes the baby look a little bit more grounded. So I'm going to lower it to 30 or whatever, sample right by her head, and just paint away the wrinkles a little bit. Okay, we'll worry about these down here after. Okay. I feel like let's put a layer mask on the baby. So there's a white layer mask. We're going to want a black brush. So you hit X to get, so D makes it default to black and white, and then X puts black at the foreground, which is what we want. Let's keep the opacity at 33%, just where it's at. And I'm just going to try painting away a little bit to make it a little bit blendy. Let's raise it a little bit. I feel like maybe I should have started at 100 and then went backwards. Okay, so there's something we can do here too. Get the little baby's bum. So you can see the baby's on top of that layer. I'm going to go back on the layer mask with a black brush. And I'm just going to do a little tiny fade along this, because you did shoot very shallow and everything else is kind of has that blurry little line. So we don't want that harsh line. So we're just going to blend it. Okay, so that looks great. I'm going to go back onto the background copy. I think I'm going to try the patch tool, which is underneath the Band-Aid. Go to the patch. Let's see if we can get rid of this little boo-boo here. We might need to clone or something. I'm going to keep this because I like that wrinkle. That one's good. Let's try cloning. Let's try cloning on the lighten mode. Whoops. Bracket key to make the brush smaller. Let's just... I just had a huge cup of coffee. My hands are all jittery. Okay, that smooths that harsh wrinkle. I'm going to leave it a little bit rippled because I like just how it looks. Okay, so I am going to flatten this image. Now, one thing I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to go back to liquify. I'm going to freeze the baby's bum. So freeze is the fifth one up, whatever that is, fifth. And I'm just going to freeze the little bum just so her bum doesn't move. I don't know why liquify is being so slow. Normally it's very fast for me, but so I'm just going to scooch this over a little bit and then kind of exaggerate the fade. Anyway, you can do it as you see fit. Okay, everything else looks good. Sometimes I go in and just round out the flowers. But these actually look really cute, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just even that out. I know these little things, I don't know, to me it just makes it look a little bit more polished. Okay, that all looks cute. Go ahead and hit OK. And yeah, that looks good to me. So perfect. I hope that helps.